those pictures. Those are the pictures that are now coming in from Sopore. These are moments after the grenade attack. Panic-struck civilians being taken to the hospital. 19 civilians have been injured. The first visuals coming in from Sopore, where terrorists attacked civilians at around 4:15 p.m. earlier today in a busy marketplace. These are the first pictures coming in. 19 civilians have been injured in this terror attack, an attack that comes just a day before the first international delegation, the EU delegation, visits Kashmir. Tejinder, the first visuals coming in from Sopore, heartbreaking pictures of which shows how civilians, panic-stricken, injured civilians are being rushed to the hospital. 19 injuries have been reported in this terror attack. You've been telling us that 6 people are critically injured. All of them have been shifted to the SK, to the hospital in Srinagar. What are the other latest updates as far as the manhunt for the terrorists is concerned?
Now, what we have been told that a massive manhunt has already been launched by the security forces, the CRPF, Jammu and Kashmir Police and the army. They have launched a coordinated search operation in the entire area, and you can see the panic that spread in the area after the terrorists, they lobbed the hand grenade on the busy market area of where you had all the civilians. What we have been told that 19 civilians, they were injured in this grenade attack, and 6 out of those 19 were critical, and those critical injured civilians, they were rushed to the Srinagar hospital, the Sher-e-Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences, where they are undergoing treatment. The civilians who sustained minor injuries, they were treated at the local hospital. Some of them have been asked to go, they have been discharged, but some are still under treatment. So clearly terrorists targeting the civilian population in Kashmir Valley, and this place is a thickly populated area where you have lots and lots of movement.
Tejinder, stay with me as you break down these details for us. We also have Zina joining us on the phone line. She has some latest updates now for viewers who's joining us on this broadcast. At around 4:15 p.m. earlier today, terrorists lobbed grenade. They attacked civilians at a busy marketplace in Sopore, which is in Baramulla in Jammu and Kashmir. Zina, we're getting the first pictures. 19 civilians have been injured in this attack. There are visuals of injured civilians, most of them who've sustained injuries on their fatal injuries, especially on their eyes. They've been taken to the hospital. 6 are critically injured. Tejinder has been breaking down some details for us. You've been talking to the SP of Sopore. What is the latest, if you can tell our viewers?
See, 19 people who have been injured. Out of 19, 4 are females and rest of them are male, who have been injured in this grenade attack, and many of them have been shifted to Sher-e-Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences, Sora, and SMHS Hospital, Srinagar, for advanced treatment. The attack is coming at a time when the European delegation tomorrow is visiting Kashmir to assess, to review the situation on ground. But this is in a broad daylight, the militants again targeted civilians in Sopore. And the earlier where the militants targeted the civilians in a busy market was Hari Singh High Street, when the grenade was lobbed there. And many people, 6 to 7 people received injuries. So again, the militants are trying to derail the way the people are coming out. They are making it's coming as a warning to them not to resume their normal life, because the people are not listening to the dictats that are coming from the militant upstairs, that to have the shutdown for longer period, not to come out, keep your shots shut. But this is just the frustration that is coming from the militant outfit, that they targeted the busy area of Sopore. Not only the bus stand is there, but also it's a commercial area where you have the shop establishments, you have sumo stand, you have bus services there, and also the private vehicles that are there. So they targeted this in a broad way. Like after this Sopore incident, not only the road opening parties, ROPs have been deployed at many busy market areas, whether it's the Srinagar, Polovu area, or we talk about the Batmalu, or even in Narbal. We are seeing the road opening parties, the deployment number has increased, because now the police is just assessing that in case they are able to, because the militants are targeting the busy areas, so they want to be enough sure that other markets are not targeted ahead of the European delegation visit.
Right. Zina there getting us those details as she and as we look at these pictures, if you look at these pictures carefully, 19 people have been injured. Most of the civilians whom we are seeing, as far as the first pictures coming in from Sopore, are most of them have sustained serious injuries. Few of them young people with injuries on their eyes, most with injuries on their legs as well. Like Zeenat has been telling us, most of them have been, the 6 of them who are extremely critical have been shifted to Srinagar for advanced treatment. Zeenat, as you put this into perspective for us, you've been, and like you tell us rightly, that this is a desperate attempt by Pakistan-backed elements who are trying to disrupt normalcy, also coming right a day before the first international delegation visits Jammu and Kashmir, right before 28-member EU delegation visits Kashmir. Zeenat will be getting us the first live report from Sopore, but these are pictures coming in from Sopore, the first pictures in which 19 people have been injured in the grenade attack. Zeenat, you've been talking to the members of the security establishment in Jammu and Kashmir, in Sopore. You spoke to the SP. Get us some details of, is there any information on the number of terrorists who in fact launched this attack?
The security forces, including Jammu and Kashmir police, they are looking into the incident, because right now the important is that the people who got injured, they should be getting their medical treatment. Simultaneously, the area has been cordoned off. There had been the elements like LET that has been working in Sopore for some time now. And if you remember, the LET and the JAS has been coordinating in Sopore or the Handwar, the Hajan belt. So the fingers are going towards the LET. That can be that the LET is behind the attack. But so far, we are yet to get the official press release or the official word who were the militants of the outfit that carried this attack. But yes, 19 people got injured. So this is one of the biggest in recent past when the militants had carried this kind of grenade attack.
So Pakistan-backed terrorists, Zeenat, and like you've been telling us, no official confirmation yet, but some sources suggest that it could be, Lashkar could be behind this attack. There's no official confirmation on that front just yet. 19 Kashmiris, 19 civilians injured in broad daylight in a grenade attack by terrorists in North Kashmir, Sopore. Zeenat, will come back to you as you get us more details of this developing story. We'll have to take a short break right now. We'll be back with more updates.